Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar. My name is Lauren Lubunsky, and I am the Public Relations Manager here at DealerSpike. Today, we're speaking with Auction123, a partner of DealerSpike. Auction123 brings you the very best solutions for marketing your inventory on top third-party sites. My co-host today is Tracy Amato, who is our Auction123 expert. She will be walking us through the top sites for marketing your inventory, such as Craigslist, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace, as well as some best practices for how to be successful on these sites. We will also be talking about how Auction123 makes this easy and effective. Tracy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thanks, Lauren. Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy Amato, Executive Director here at Auction123. Thanks for joining us today. I'm looking forward to sharing lots of new information on the best ways to market your dealership and your inventory on these top sites. We'll also go through a quick overview of Auction123's tools and how we can offer you a hands-free way to get inventory live on these top sites. So all you need to worry about is working with your leads. If you've attended one of our previous seminars, welcome back. Today we're going to be sharing lots of new information on best practices for Craigslist and some exciting new developments with Auction123's automated listing application. We also have some great updates on what's been happening with Facebook Marketplace, and we'll be sharing some success stories of DealerSpike dealers who have been taking advantage of this newest online marketplace. I'll also touch quickly on some eBay tips for those who are actively selling with eBay Motors.
So make sure you all stay tuned, because later in this webinar, we are also going to let you guys know how you can save money on Auction123 when you sign up for it through DealerSpike. Also, just before we dive in, I want to point out the control panel that you should be able to see on your screen. You can minimize this or expand it anytime just clicking on that orange arrow button in the corner. We also have some time set aside at the end of the presentation for Q&A. So you can use the question section on your control panel to submit any questions that you might have. So let's get started. We at DealerSpike feel it's very important for dealers to share inventory on third-party sites. If you're not currently posting on a third-party site like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, you're only relying on customers to find you through your website. And these days, we know that shoppers are visiting multiple sites during their purchase journey. Tracy, what do you think is the biggest reason for dealers to market inventory on these other shopping sites?
Well, studies have shown that your buyers are visiting a minimum of 10 different sites during their shopping process, and many of those sites are third-party marketplaces, with Craigslist, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace among the list of the top sites. So having your inventory advertised on these third-party sites greatly increases your chance to reach interested shoppers who are looking for what you are selling. And typically, once a buyer finds you on these third-party sites, they'll continue their research and shopping process on your website. It's so important to have your inventory out there on as many shopping channels as possible to capture the attention of buyers and lead them to reach out either through that third-party site or directly from your website as they continue exploring your dealership.
Yeah, that's a great point. So Tracy, can you tell us what exactly makes Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and eBay stand out from other listing sites, like, for example, Cycle Trader or RVP?
Through the years, we've seen Craigslist taking the rank as the very best site to reach local shoppers in most markets across the U.S. Craigslist shoppers are typically later in their shopping process and looking to purchase quickly. Facebook Marketplace has become a huge rival to Craigslist regarding the number of leads generated, and both sites offer an opportunity to connect with buyers who are closer to making that purchasing decision, and because they're local, you can easily get them in to your store to get them sold on either the unit that brought them in or something completely different you have in stock. eBay, on the other hand, is for dealers who are open to having shoppers across the country purchase inventory online, typically sight unseen. We see a large number of dealers use eBay as one of their main sources for sales, as they're opening themselves up not only to their local shoppers, but to all interested shoppers in the U.S.
Great. So in the event that we have some new dealers joining us on today's presentation, can you give us a quick overview of Facebook Marketplace and how it works?
Of course, Facebook Marketplace is a local shopping site embedded within the Facebook application. Originally, it was for consumers to sell to each other, but in 2017, Facebook actually asked Auction123 if we would be willing to work with them on launching Marketplace to dealerships. And this was an awesome development as many dealers were clamoring to get onto Marketplace, but there was no way to post as your dealership's business page, only as a personal profile. And Facebook was actually blocking profiles that were over-posting to the site, so it just wasn't an option for dealers. With Auction123's integration to Marketplace, we're feeding all of your eligible inventory live automatically, and all ads are attributed to the dealership with a link back to the dealer's Facebook page. Dealership postings also have a link to your website, click-to-call buttons, more options to start a conversation, and of course information about your unit, including up to 20 images, the unit description, price, mileage, really anything the shopper would need to know. Shoppers can set their search radius for up to 100 miles from their location, so the vast majority of your leads will be local shoppers who can stop into the store to continue their shopping experience in person. It's proven to be an extremely successful site for local traffic for many, many dealers.
Thanks, Tracy. I understand Marketplace has made a number of changes since we last spoke. Can you go through some of the newest features and how those are going to benefit our dealers?
Yes, they made some big changes that are definitely going to help Dealer Spike dealers who are either listing the Marketplace now or who are interested in getting started. First off, they've added support for non-auto categories. Initially, Marketplace only displayed dealership listings for automotive inventory, and we worked closely with Facebook in the process of adding additional vehicle types to Marketplace. And about halfway through last year, we started sending all categories over to them. But shoppers could only find the non-auto units by using the main search bar at the top of the page. Even so, dealers were posting and getting great traction despite these limitations. Now, recently, Facebook added type filters. So now if you pick up your phone and head to Marketplace, once you get to the vehicles category, you're going to be prompted to pick what type you're searching for. And these types include cars, trucks, motorcycle, power sports, RV camper, boat, commercial industrial, trailer, and other. This has been a great addition to the site, offering shoppers the ability to filter for exactly what they want. And our integration with Marketplace ensures we're sending your inventory to the correct category, as opposed to just dumping it all into the cars, trucks category in the way other feeds are working. Facebook has also added a make filter to the motorcycle category, giving shoppers the ability to filter by the manufacturer they want instead of doing a general search via the main search bar. We have calls with the Marketplace team every couple of weeks, and they are continuously working to add more features to allow for searching by more attributes and subtypes as well. So I'm imagining in the next year we're going to see even more options to say, look at all motorized RVs as opposed to, just RVs and campers lumped together. It's definitely a work in progress and a Marketplace that will become stronger and stronger every day.
Wow, it sounds like Facebook has been busy. I know that last time you mentioned rules around the inventory that was eligible to be sent to Facebook. Do all of those rules still apply?
That's another big development. Last year, everything we sent needed to have a 17-digit VIN with a mileage of over 500, even if mileage and VIN didn't make sense for the unit. Now, mileage over 500 is only a requirement for the cars, trucks, and motorcycles categories. All other categories aren't required to send that data, which is great. There are still inventory data requirements, though, and every dealership posting must have at least 3 images, price, a make, and a model.
Got it. I know that Auction123 is powering a huge number of dealers on Marketplace. Do you have any statistics on the number of units dealers are selling or how successful they've been?
Well, we've worked with a number of dealers who shared their sales statistics for Marketplace, and it's ranging anywhere from 4 to 10 plus sales a month. It can vary wildly based on the inventory volume and how your dealership is prepared to both handle and, more importantly, track these leads. Marketplace is really steering the ship on how I anticipate dealers and shoppers are going to be expected to communicate on all marketplaces in the future. Nearly all communication on Marketplace is happening via the Messenger application in Facebook, and this means your buyers are able to chat with you, hopefully in real time, to get the answers they're looking for while they're shopping. It's the future of communication. Let's face it, we all want that instant answer when we have a question, and Messenger allows shoppers to get it. We have reporting directly from Facebook in our system to show you the number of page views, click-to-call actions, and unique messages you're going to receive from Marketplace. It's important to track the customers you're communicating with via your CRM. The dealers who shared their sales statistics all have rock-solid processes for recording their marketplace leads, which is how they can measure their conversion. Many dealers reported that marketplace leads ended up coming into the store after having initial communication via Messenger, but before the dealer was even able to collect their contact information like their phone number or email via the Messenger.
So are there any best practices you can share that would help to boost a dealer's success on Marketplace?
One of the factors Facebook uses to weigh a seller's search results is the dealer's response rate and response time to their messages. So if a dealer has a poor response rate or time, then their ads are receiving poor search ranking on the site. It's a great idea to set up an autoresponder for Messenger, and this way you can set an expectation for that shopper that you'll be getting in contact with them shortly, and you can also provide contact info if they want to speak immediately, although it's not really a best practice to force the customer off of Messenger. A lot of companies actually popped up that offer solutions to manage messages on behalf of the dealerships and collect lead data from shoppers, but those leads usually have a very low closing rate as the customers wanted to chat via Messenger, not get a phone call or email. Owning your dealership's voice on Marketplace drives the best results as you and your team are the experts of your brand and inventory. And the shopper's getting the information they want when they want it, which creates a way better experience, which results in a higher chance of converting that shopper to your buyer.
That was a ton of really helpful information. I know we have a lot of dealers who are interested in getting started on Marketplace and want to learn more about how it's working for other dealers. Is there anything else that we should know?
Yeah, there's one important thing I wanted to add regarding Marketplace, and I think it's critical to having the proper expectation of the site. Facebook Marketplace is completely different from any other site we work with, and Auction123 has integration with over 500 different sites. Now, with any other site, if we're feeding, say, 100 units, we would expect to be able to find all 100 units when we go to that site. But with Marketplace, there's no way for a dealership to see all of their live ads 100% of the time. Even when searching by a specific VIN, it will render different results, sometimes seeing the ad and sometimes not. Different Facebook users performing the exact same search will receive varying results. It's just the way Marketplace was designed to work. They want each shopper to have the very best experience, and that's offered by presenting unique results on a user-by-user basis and not flooding a shopper with all the items from a single seller.
So with Facebook Marketplace becoming such a successful local shopping site, where does that leave Craigslist? Is Craigslist still a successful marketplace that our dealers should be investing in?
Absolutely. We have dealers who are pulling a large percentage of their online leads from Craigslist. Craigslist is ranked number 18 in the U.S. of the most popular sites and number 16 in Canada, which is not a bad place to be. They're receiving a huge amount of traffic, and that traffic equates to droves of shoppers who are searching the site. And this is why Craigslist continues to be such a huge source of sales for dealers. Granted, Facebook is ranked number 3 in the U.S. and in the world, but Facebook is known first and foremost as a social media site. So while millions of Americans are using Marketplace every day, there's still only a fraction of the traffic Facebook's receiving. The main difference is, of course, that Marketplace is free for now, and Craigslist charges per posting for nearly all for sale by dealer categories, except for the majority of Canada. Dealers frequently report to us that Craigslist has a far better ROI than most of the traditional classified sites that dealers use. Craigslist has always been really great to get those shoppers who are near the end of their shopping process. So if they're coming to you from Craigslist, chances are they're ready to buy really soon. We power a ton of dealer spike dealers who are spending a few $1,000s a month in Craigslist fees, launching 50 to 75 units a month to 10 plus sites, and they do it because it works.
That's awesome. It's great to hear that our dealers are having so much success on both sites. I know that we will be circling back to Facebook Marketplace a little bit later, but let's talk a little bit more about Craigslist. In past webinars, we went over some great tips on why it's better to use an automated method for listing on Craigslist and how to choose the inventory that you post. Can you give us a quick recap on some of the best practices we've discussed in the past before you move on to some new tips that you have for us today?
Absolutely. I want to make it clear that Craigslist is not just a site for low-priced or super-aged units. We have so many dealers that do a phenomenal job with their lead tracking and attribution of sales, report that they're selling so many new and higher-priced units to their Craigslist leads. You'll typically be focused on your direct market, so your leads are most likely going to be those local shoppers. And once they're in the store, the conversation can quickly steer away from the unit that brought them into you in the first place. Big part of being successful is consistently posting and maintaining a steady stream of inventory live on Craigslist. Preferably posting daily and throughout the day is the recipe for success. We have dealers come on board with the best of intentions on manually listing or scheduling their ads, and too many factors can derail the best marketing plans, so we really encourage dealers to use our automated tools. Our automated posting solutions accommodate nearly every possible posting scenario, so there's really no reason not to take advantage of them. You aren't going to get leads from Craigslist if you don't have ads live and going live consistently. Now, when it comes to your Craigslist posting strategy, you need to set a healthy posting budget. And one of the most common questions I get is, well, what is a healthy budget for Craigslist? And the answer really depends on your inventory volume and where you want to post. If you carry mostly used, aim to list all your used items and a good portion of your new. If you deal with mostly new, focus listing a good mix of your new units and plan to repost each unit at least twice a month unless you have a huge inventory with a lot of duplicates. Then it's going to behoove you to just keep posting new ads instead of reposting. Each new posting and reposting will cost you $5 in the US, with Farm and Garden charging $3. Next, you need to assess Craigslist markets available to your dealership. It's always best to target your efforts in the closest market to your location. And if you have some strong markets near your store that you want to target, duplicate your posting efforts there as well. Don't split your effort or posting volume just to accommodate more markets. It's better to have a dominant force in one location than sporadic listings in a few. We have a power sports dealer in Oklahoma, and in addition to posting their inventory in their direct markets, they're also hitting up major markets in Texas, Kansas, and Arkansas for each unit they post. Or we have an RV dealer in Utah who posts in their local market and then also gets to Vegas, Reno, and Colorado. These dealers are successful because they aren't splitting their budget to accommodate these regions. They're putting the same units live in every location. And this duplication comes at a cost, but it works. We have dealers getting 250 to 350 calls a month from their ads, so it really pays off.
That's excellent. I know these tips have helped a lot of our dealers kick off really successful Craigslist initiatives. But I understand Auction123 has added a new feature to your hands-free Craigslist solution that's offering dealers the most control over how they want to list on Craigslist. Can you go over this exciting addition to your system?
Of course, we've revamped our entire automated posting process to allow dealers the ability to create targeted Craigslist campaigns. This new feature takes all of our existing tools that help dealers streamline the posting and management process, like setting days and times you want to post, choosing the kind of inventory you want posted with our series of filters and posting priorities, and setting the budget for your automation. And then this process also takes all those tools we incorporated that help you stand out on Craigslist, such as our Craigslist ad editor, which allows dealers to customize the verbiage and layout of their postings, and our tools to do things like revise sold ads with custom messaging regarding the availability of a unit. All of these features can now be customized on a campaign-by-campaign level, so you can specify exactly what, when, where, and how you want to post. For example, if you're a multi-OEM dealership and you want different messaging in your ads for different manufacturers, you can set a campaign that sends unique ad content by manufacturer. Or if you want to target multiple regions but want to list a heavier budget in some and test the waters in another, you can do so. You can also set a campaign that runs at times that make the most sense on weekdays, like 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and then set a broader range for the weekends. Every feature of our automation settings can be set on a campaign-by-campaign basis, which offers your dealership unlimited potential in the customization of your automated Craigslist initiative.
That's awesome. So now there's no reason why a dealer would need to manually post to Craigslist with your new Craigslist campaign. Can you go over the technical aspects of the Auction123 application and how that works?
Sure. The application is a Windows-based app, so it cannot be installed on a Mac. The installed application is what ensures our Craigslist integration works, so it's really important it's installed on a PC at the dealership that you know will be either on and logged into or locked at all times, or especially during your scheduled posting and revising times. The Windows login cannot be logged off and the PC cannot be shut down, and this is why we usually recommend you install it on multiple PCs at the dealership. So in the event one is shut down, there's another running that can take over the processes. It's a simple app that will be running in the background of your actual computer, so you won't need to be logged into the Auction123 system at all for your ads to go live.
Okay, that sounds simple enough. And how does the dealer pay for their Craigslist fees?
Inside of the app is an area to enter the dealership's credit card information, and this card's going to be charged the Craigslist fees as each posting goes live. The credit card will need to be added to all instances of the installed app if you've put it on multiple computers. Now, once we start posting, or if the dealer is manually scheduling units through our tools, Craigslist may send posting verification emails, and these are really important to pay attention to. We especially see them happen when it's a newer Craigslist account or one that's not very active. These emails will be from Craigslist and will go to the email address associated to the dealer's Craigslist account. Once received, the dealer just needs to complete the posting process, and that includes entering the credit card information again. In our experience, as long as these are handled as they come in, the email verifications from Craigslist will dissipate within a day or two, and everything will run smoothly from that point on. I also want to mention that for many Craigslist sites, you can purchase bulk postings in advance, and these are available in cars and trucks, RVs, and motorcycle categories. To learn more about these, just go to craigslist.org/about/CTD_blocks. Buying your postings in advance from Craigslist, it can be really convenient, and while dealers who purchase bulk postings may still receive those email verifications, the process becomes so much easier because you won't need to enter your credit card each time you receive them.
That's great that dealers have a couple of different choices when it comes to paying their Craigslist fees. Let's move on to eBay. I know that we have a lot of dealers who are currently listing their motorcycles, RVs, trailers, and other inventory on eBay through Auction123. Can you give us a quick review of what makes your integration with eBay so special and provide some tips on how to be more successful on the site?
Of course, the Auction123 integration is the most robust and automated solution available to dealers. We've been working with eBay Motors pretty much since their site started, and we're an eBay preferred service provider. We're offering a ton of solutions to help dealers streamline the entire listing and management process and provide the best ad layout editor to be sure your listings stand out. eBay offers discounted listing subscription packages which are designed to be fully automated, and Auction123 is the only provider beyond eBay's own tool that can power your package completely hands-free. One of the main reasons why so many dealers use Auction123 for managing their eBay is thanks to our ability to provide contact information for each bid or offer you receive on your ads. And this includes name, email address, telephone number, and location for each shopper who either places a bid or makes an offer on your eBay listing. This puts you in the driver's seat to proactively reach out and start communicating with your shoppers and discuss anything like financing, time to purchase, what else they're currently looking at, anything that you would discuss with a shopper that walks into the dealership. The dealers who are most successful on eBay reach out to each and every lead we send them, and they start working with the customer to create that relationship and move them down the sales path. We've seen thousands of dealers do such a great job at using eBay to provide full e-commerce solutions to their dealership, so much so that even some choose to drive customers from their website to their eBay listings to complete the purchase. The biggest hurdle dealers have to face when making the decision to sell on eBay is how you're going to manage those shoppers who will most likely be buying your unit sight unseen. And that means just ironing out a complete process from lead to delivery and beyond on how your dealership is going to handle these customers. Once those processes are in place, adding that information to your eBay listing is vital to your success because your shoppers are going to feel much more confident working with you if most of their questions or concerns are explicitly outlined in the ad itself. Things like letting them know estimated shipping charges or listing some recommended shipping companies, offering a free hotel room or gas card for those who are flying in to take it home, or explaining any warranty information. Having all of it laid out in your ad boosts your success on the site. And our entire team here at Auction123 is trained on best practices for picking the right listing type for your inventory and the most successful pricing strategies to assist you in having a great, successful run on eBay.
Thanks, Tracy. Those were some great tips to share. So, dealers, a lot of you have asked for a more hands-off approach to managing inventory listings. We know that the Craigslist tool that we've offered in the past works well if you want to just post 1 or 2 units per month. But for those dealers who want to keep a steady stream of inventory going, like Tracy has talked about, Auction123 is the best option for giving our dealers a fully automated application for listing and managing your inventory on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and eBay Motors. The special pricing available through the Auction123 and Dealer Spike partnership is $100 a month if you want just one of those integrations. This is a $50 per month savings for Dealer Spike dealers. If you are looking to sign up for 2 or even all 3 of the Auction123 integrations, each additional product is only $50 more per month. This pricing is per dealership address. As an added bonus through our partnership, Auction123 is waiving all setup fees for these 3 Auction123 software packages. So Tracy, when a dealer signs up for Auction123, how involved will they be in using the Auction123 software? Is this something that they're going to be logging into and working with every day?
We've been automatically pulling your inventory from Dealer Spike, so you won't need to manually build or manage your inventory in our system. Whenever you get a new unit in stock or something's marked sold or information changes, it's going to automatically update in the Auction123 system. Our support team will walk you through all the settings available and help you get the account up and running, and you'll be getting a full training. Most of our dealers go through the setup process with our team and then never log into the system again. Now, we've also created a lot of tools and features to accommodate dealers who are looking to have a more hands-on approach if that's their preference. So in some instances, the dealership might be more actively involved in the listing process, for example, with eBay Motors. But it really depends on the dealership. I would say the vast majority allow our automation features to do all the work.
I know that we touched on automation earlier when you were discussing the new Craigslist campaign features, but can you go over some of the main reasons why Auction123 put such a big emphasis on automating the process of listing inventory to these top sites?
Yes, we're constantly looking for ways to make the entire process of getting inventory live on marketplaces as streamlined as possible. Our software provides a hands-free solution for nearly everything a dealer would want to do to market their inventory online. There's really no reason a dealership should be spending precious time trying to get their inventory live on these shopping sites. We want you to be using that time to effectively work with each lead that comes in because that's what's most important. Automation makes the dealership immune to the inevitable variables that can interfere with a marketing campaign. So if the dealership gets slammed, someone takes a vacation, or there's personnel changes, all of these will cause interruptions in anything that's being managed manually. And that means that you're not going to get the leads that you should because ads aren't going live effectively or even going live at all. Also, by keeping the inventory data on these sites up to date with automatic revisions and pulling down the sold ads automatically, our dealers don't need to worry about wrong pricing being out there or having customers show up for units that are already sold, which can obviously start the relationship off on a bad foot.
So how do you work with a site like Facebook Marketplace? Does the dealer pick and choose what they want to list there?
Facebook Marketplace works much like that feed we're setting up to get your inventory from Dealer Spike. The process will be 100% hands-free, and the dealer doesn't need to do anything in our system for their inventory to appear on Marketplace, with the exception of granting us permission through Facebook to post on their behalf. We're going to automatically send the eligible inventory based on the requirements we discussed earlier, and we've even been able to help some dealers by making adjustments to their inventory data to ensure that they're getting the most inventory live on Marketplace as possible. Dealers who come on to Auction123 for Marketplace never need to do anything in our system again once that setup process is complete.
What about for Craigslist and eBay? With dealers paying per listing for those sites, how do you make sure you're posting the exact inventory that they want?
We have a really comprehensive list of filters for each site to determine the kind of inventory the dealership wants listed, so the dealer has really control over everything that's going live. Some of the filters include year range, price range, list of makes and models to include or exclude, vehicle type, minimum number of images, and so many more. Once those filters are set, we also have priority settings. So a dealer could say, of all those eligible units, prioritize by inventory age, price, or model year. Each time we go to send inventory out, we run these filters and priorities across your inventory to ensure we're picking the right units.
Great. And what does Auction123 do to help a dealer stick to their desired ad spend for Craigslist or eBay?
For Craigslist, we have an account level budget, and that's like a master budget that no one can ever go over, regardless of what campaigns they have set or who's manually listing. When posting at Craigslist, we only post if there's eligible inventory. So let's say the dealer only has one campaign running with a set number of postings for the month. If there is an inventory that meets the requirements for that campaign, then we won't meet that set budget. Our automation's only going to post if eligible items are available. Now, if the dealer is wanting us to post units until we meet that set budget, then we can go ahead and enable the account for automated reposting. And whenever we have available slots in a day that there's no more eligible ads, we can go ahead and repost units that are currently live. Now for eBay, we will only turn on automated listing if the dealer has subscribed to one of eBay's discounted listing subscription packages. We then are able to set a hard count of listings that are eligible to be fulfilled in the system. eBay ads cost a lot more money than Craigslist postings, so we put a lot of effort into preventing the dealer from listing beyond their package allotment. For dealers who are manually listing, we pop a reminder with every eBay ad they launch to confirm they're aware that there are listing fees associated with pushing the ad live, and we have reporting in our system if a dealer is wanting to review how many ads they've launched so far that month. I should mention that for both Craigslist and eBay, even if a dealer is manually listing to these sites, they can still take advantage of our automated processes for revising listings with updated data we've imported from DealerSpike, or ending sold ads if that's what they prefer.
Okay, that makes sense. This seems like a good point to go over pricing again. Through our partnership with Auction123, we are offering special pricing on Auction123's integration with either Craigslist, eBay, or Facebook Marketplace of $100 a month. So that's $150 a month if you choose two of those integrations. And if you want to subscribe to all three, the pricing is $200 a month. Tracy, could you quickly discuss the additional fees for posting on these sites?
Sure. At this time, Facebook does not charge for Marketplace, so we can push all of your inventory live on the site that meets the requirements without any additional Facebook fees. For Craigslist, nearly all of the dealer postings in the U.S. are $5 each, with the exception of the farm and garden postings, which are $3 each. The old days of getting flagged by your competitors or having your ads magically disappear are gone. Once you've paid for that ad, it's going to stay live for 30 days as long as you don't have anything vulgar or try to advertise more than one unit in it. Each reposting will be $5 as well, and then for Canada, only Vancouver Cars and Trucks by Dealer is charging $5 per ad, and they're following the same paid posting rules. The rest of Canada is pretty much free at this time, and you can still renew those free ads, which our system can automate for you. eBay pricing varies greatly by vehicle type, listing type, plus there's so many additional fees to add things like a reserve or extending your ad's duration. So it's best to check the eBay Motors fees page, or get with one of us here at Auction123 for direction. We strongly recommend that eBay subscription listing packages, as they're so much more cost effective than listing one-off ads.
Great. So that takes us to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much, Tracy. These are such great tools for our dealers. Our partnership with you guys has helped so many dealers be more successful on these sites. Now, we'd like to take some questions from our attendees, but before we jump into the questions, for those dealers who are wondering how they can get started, all you have to do is reach out to the Auction123 team at 888-514-0123, or you could email sales@auction123.com. And we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a question that you would like to ask, you can still do that. Go ahead and type it into the question section on your control panel. And if you need to expand that control panel first, just hit the orange arrow button in the corner. And Tracy, go ahead and start with your first question.
Somebody asked us to just go over the pricing one more time. Because they're specifically interested in just Marketplace. The cost of Facebook Marketplace only, or our Marketplace integration, would be $100 a month. And that includes Auction123 automatically importing your inventory from DealerSpike. We actually import from DealerSpike 5 times a day. So, any changes that happen to your inventory, you upload photos, you add descriptions, you make a price change, mileage changes, anything, we're going to automatically receive those updates. We're also going to automatically add new units and recognize when units are marked sold. Then Auction123 integrates with Facebook Marketplace. We feed to them every hour. So you can ensure that what we're sending out to Facebook is always going to be up to date, and subsequently what's on Marketplace should be up to date as well. So again, the cost for Facebook Marketplace standalone would be $100 now, or just any one of the products. So if you just want eBay or just want Craigslist or just want Facebook, it's $100 a month. Adding the second product would make it $150, and then if you wanted to do all three, it's only $200 a month. Somebody asked if they can have all their Facebook units, all their units on Facebook, and only a selected amount on eBay and Craigslist. Absolutely, that's actually how it works. So when we feed to Facebook Marketplace, we're feeding all eligible items to Facebook from your account. And again, there were requirements. They have to have a minimum of 3 images, must have price, must have make, must have model. This is for Facebook Marketplace. They prefer that it's used only. We've worked with dealers on things where sometimes items weren't identified as such, and we were able to send all inventory as well. Now, when it comes to Craigslist or eBay, we have a huge series of filters and posting priorities so that you can determine the exact inventory you want go live. We also have all these campaign settings so that you can say, I want these units within this price range to go live in this location with this ad content, or I want these units with this ad content going live in this location. It's really robust, really automated, and you can set a very hard budget for Craigslist so that you ensure that you're only paying what you want to have live on Craigslist, because you are paying your Craigslist unit fees per posting. So somebody asked for a phone number again on the products. It's 888-514-0123, and that's up on your screen right there as well. You can also email sales@auction123.com if you have any questions. And then let's just take our last question. Somebody was asking about having new units on Craigslist or eBay, or if it's just used. You are allowed to list new units on Craigslist and eBay. In fact, most of the Dealer Spike dealers who are using Auction123 for Craigslist are in fact listing their new units live on Craigslist because it's generating a lot of traffic and gets a lot of phone calls. So we will give you a free call tracking number with your Craigslist initiative if you choose to utilize us for Craigslist. And that way you can actually measure your ROI and see how your ads are performing for you. So it's a really great way to also listen to the phone calls if you want, which gives you an opportunity to hear how you're working with the customer and possibly suggestions on how to do it better. But it's just a great opportunity to say, this is how much we spent on Craigslist this month, and here's all the phone calls we got from it. So that's why we offer you guys the free call tracking number.
Great. Well, we are out of time, and we do apologize if we weren't able to make it to your question. But if you are interested in more information about Auction123, or if you just want to get started right away, again, that contact number is on your screen, 888-514-0123, or you can email sales@auction123.com. You will also be receiving a follow-up email about an hour after this webinar, and that will also allow you to easily request more information. Thank you so much for attending our webinar today. We hope that it was informative and helped you guys out. Tracy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lauren, and thanks to all of you who joined us today. We're looking forward to answering any additional questions and getting you listing on these sites.
Bye, guys. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.